Welcome everybody back to another episode of Real Talking Real Estate, where we are here to make the complicated process of real estate easy. Today, we're going to check out Mr. Michael Thomas. No, we're not talking about the Saints player. We're talking about Mr. Michael Thomas of Thomas & Thomas Custom Builders. We're going to pick his brain a little bit, get a little bit of good information, get a little bit of tips and advice that he has for other builders and other entrepreneurs out there. Make sure you guys tune in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like on Facebook. And then make sure you check out the description where we have his contact information and also some links to some other relative videos. Check us out. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Real Talking Real Estate. Of course, I'm the host, you know what I'm saying, your man, the money man. Of course, we got the closer in the building. What's going on,
Yes, sir. What's up?
Today, we have a special guest with us. We have Mr. Michael Thomas of Thomas & Thomas Custom Builders. How you doing today, Mike?
Man, pretty good. It's been a long day already.
Been a long day already.
And you know what they say, man, before 5, I've done more stuff in the marina.
There you go. There you go. And then you've been up since 3 o'clock, 3 a.m.
3:30.
They say the early bird gets to work.
They do.
Man, I'm trying to get the whole thing of work.
Everything. The whole kingdom.
He trying to get that old coffee can.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
All right. Yeah. Well, we would like to appreciate you, say thank you, Sam, for coming to join us today.
That's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
It's going to be a good one. So, you know what I'm saying, first, just tell us a little bit about Thomas & Thomas. Just kind of a little bit about the services that you guys offer and kind of what you guys do for the clients out there.
Oh, man. Thomas & Thomas Custom Builders is a scalable company where we can scale up and down. We can build you a doghouse to a mansion.
Okay.
We also have, separate services like we do remodels, large and small. I do a little consulting as well. Like because I'm a native Houstonian, I'm here for Houston. So, the whole Harvey, the floods and all that stuff. Like I'm really hurt seeing all these out of town investors coming in that don't really care about the city, not doing things the way it's supposed to be done. So it's causing me to expand what I do. I especially for the elderly and everything, I'll go and consult for free. I just want to make sure that, hey, even if you're not choosing me, the person that you're choosing needs to be done right. Absolutely. But what I really love is custom building. That's what we thrive in, getting down from, general plans to, hey, I had a vision, I had an idea last night, I sketched on a piece of paper. It's bring it to me, let me bring that dream to vision to reality.
Absolutely.
I like to do it in I don't want to say, I want to do it at a reasonable, at a reasonable price.
Of course.
I don't want to, people work hard for their money. So nobody wants to feel like they're getting taken.
Absolutely.
Whenever they're, trying to make a big purchase or a large purchase like a house or even a large remodel.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm here for.
And at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, you kind of pay what you get for. You get what you pay for. So, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to be the cheapest person, you know what I'm saying, doing terrible work. Then they're going to end up spending more money in the long run anyway.
Exactly.
Right?
Then they hate you.
Yeah, exactly. Then they hate
The
you.
world of social media.
They put you on blast. Oh, yeah.
You do something bad, but when you do something good, it's a 50-50 chance that they may or may not say something.
Absolutely.
Like I always say, value is in what you believe is in. So I'm spending money for what I feel is valuable. If you give me valuable work, valuable knowledge, valuable concepts, I'm willing to pay the money for that. The average consumer's ready to pay the money for that. So I can see where, I like though that you came with the mentality saying, I don't want to take nobody. You know what I mean? I want to give them value, but at the same time, I work hard for my money.
There you go.
Absolutely. And then I like the fact you're saying you put the dog house in there. There's a lot of dogs out here that live better than human beings these days. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you should see some of the cages I've built. I kid you not.
And you take these dogs and stuff serious, man. So you offer the service either way. Yeah, regardless of what you want to build. Which that's a great thing. So you know what I'm saying? Let's back it up here a little bit, Mike. Tell us a little bit. Where you from?
Houston.
Born and raised.
Born and raised. Third ward.
Okay, third ward. And then you went to Booker T High School?
I went to Booker T High School. It's a long story. You know, my entire family went to Jack Yates.
Okay,
So it was already, the carpet was already set.
Yes.
I played football, everything was going. But, you know, with the engineering mindset, my mom, she stepped in and she was like, look, this school has, you know, a high school for engineering. And you're going to go over there.
Right.
And so we took the test. I got there, and, you know, what kind of intrigued me was that when I got, because I went and looked at Bel Air too.
Okay.
But when I went to Bel Air, just being honest, it wasn't a lot of people that looked like me.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't diverse.
It wasn't as diverse. So I went to Booker T, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we good. But then when I got into the high school for the engineering, it was actually diverse.
Yeah.
So from from elementary to middle to high school, just being in Houston, I've been in a diverse, you know, community. Like everything, like I've had my touch of being, I guess what you want to call in the hood. But then when I go and did everything else, it was kind of like I realized that Houston was a really big place and it was extremely diverse. And then as I grew older, learned about the energy corridor and everything that, you know, we are a true melting pot here in Houston. So I embrace like the, you know, we love Houston, we love everybody mentality here. So,
You know,
blue, black, orange, green.
the thing I'm loving about what you're saying there is kind of growing up in that diverse or that diversity.
Of course.
That's what you like to say.
Yeah.
You know, would you say that has helped you as you built your business, coming from day one in your business in regards to how you deal with people?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not putting a plug in for this, but there's this movie called Dope.
Mm-hmm.
It was about some kids growing up where they were nerds, but they were growing up like in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
So
So they were more or less saying like, hey, I was one decision from being, you know, a gangbanger, and then I'm another decision from being great.
Yeah.
So with that diversity, I learned that there was choices because exposure expands expectations.
Yes.
So I was exposed to, you know, hey, they don't do these drugs, this don't look good.
Yeah.
It's not a good look.
Mm-hmm.
I know my boy, but there's something that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Versus, hey, you know, me and my dad, we're going to Colorado. Do you want to come?
Right.
You know what I mean? So and it opens your eyes and you see like, hey. So as when I'm, you know, as for my company, I'm more or less like, I can't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
So I do stuff, quote unquote, in the hood.
Right.
And I do stuff everywhere else. So, you know, I look at each project individually, like, here's what we're gonna do. Now what determines whether or not I'm gonna take a project or not typically is the customer's personality.
Right, of course. Of course. Because essentially, you know what I'm saying, it's a marriage. Do me a favor, Mike. Grab that mic right there. Pull it a little bit closer to you. Get a little bit better side. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Our EP is slacking over there. We're gonna let them make it on that. We're gonna let them make it. But anyways, so you know what I'm saying, in some respects, when you have a client and you have that client for, you know, 4 to 6 months or however long it takes you to build that project, essentially it's a marriage. And if you already know the marriage is doomed to begin with, then why would you take on that project?
Absolutely. And that's what you know, that's where faith comes in. Like when you believe or whatever, because I believe in God. So when you believe in God, you don't have to chase money. Money chases you.
Yeah.
So, you know, in Domino's, we say all money ain't good money.
There you go.
It's the same thing. When you start seeing these signs,
Yeah.
you know, take heed to them. Especially when you talk about big money, because you're going to lose out. Because, you know, in the litigious society that we live in, the first thing somebody's going to say is, I'm calling my lawyer.
Yeah.
And whether you win or not, you lose.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you got to pay the lawyer fees, it's time, you know, you already paid your trade. So it's like, you know, you really have to, you know, have a discernment when it comes to dealing with your clients.
Of course. And lawyers are always going to get their money, regardless if it's a real lawsuit or not. They're going to always get their money.
Hey, but you need a shark, I ain't even lie.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. You need one on the team. Especially these days. When they sue for coffee spilling on themselves and win, I'm like, oh,
Yes,
Lord.
sir.
Ain't nobody safe out here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. They gonna spill that coffee at the house.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's bananas. But let me ask you this, Mike. Have you, as a little kid, have you always known that construction is where you wanted to be?
No. So I wanted to be a garbage man.
Okay.
Because they rolled up back the truck.
Like, yeah, come on, talk to me now.
They rolled up back the truck.
Same thing.
It looked fun. You run all the time, picking up stuff.
Okay.
But then, of course, I started going into the football dreams because I started playing a lot of ball, and so NFL started becoming like, man, this is what I want to do. And then, in high school, I played ball, but then I had to quit because my little brother was kind of going in a different direction. So I had to my mom was a single mom, so I started like trying to help. I took a job, so I started trying to help her do stuff. But my grandfather actually was in construction. He used to always make me help him, pour slabs around the house, around his house, and go to his neighbor's house and do all this other stuff. So, I kind of was already into it, but I didn't, that's what he did.
Right,
exactly. And, like just seeing what he was doing from it, you don't see the profit. You don't see, I didn't ever see the money exchange.
You don't see the big picture.
I don't see the big picture.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So, and after that, like just kind of, these newer neighborhoods that start popping up, and I start seeing all these sticks, we call them sticks, when the frame goes up, and I start going like, oh man, that's pretty cool. Yeah. So I went to U of H, Bible School of Business. I'm in there because I was an engineering degree at first, and then they put the fear of God in me. They said some engineer was off 0.000000001 on a bridge, and it was like a catastrophic thing. And so it was like, I don't want to lose my entire career over one job.
Yeah.
So then I went into pharmacy, and that's when I call it the poo-poo hit the oscillator. Because I was on my way to pharmacy school. I mean, I got in, got accepted, everything was in line, good to go. And I'm sitting at County Fields with the pharmacist telling them about all these kind of entrepreneurial ideas and all these things that I want to do. And he just looked at me and said, then, why are you want to be a pharmacist? He said, let me tell you something. You work 12-hour days. The only come up you get is if somebody died or retired, because like in retail pharmacy, you got the pharmacist, the pharmacy manager, and then the regional manager. Right?
Gotcha.
And so you have all 50 stores, like a Walmart or Target, all those pharmacists gunning for those three positions. And so he's like, yeah, you get salary, but you get your little, 5 to 6% raise every year, but that's it. He said, I can't even go to the restroom, because if I go to the restroom, shut the pharmacy down, they overhead me like, hey, come back. And then you have to get a travel pharmacist to cover you just if you want to go on vacation, and it's a yay or nay. So he was like, do you really want to do this? And that was the real question. I was like, man. So I was like, man, you know what? I'm going to take the risk going to, entrepreneurship. And that's where it kind of started. Got hired by Pulte Homes right out of college. And man, that was like a playground for me every day at work. I worked from 6 to 8 every day. I was there before the homeowners woke up. I was there even just kind of talking to the homeowners like after, they got off work and everything, the ones from the houses that I built, and I was building on the next street. I was still keeping contact. Until this day, I still keep in contact with a lot of those people. Because they were like, man, you're just good people. You built they should say, man, your house is so tight it pop. Because those guys should come in with their little walkways. I can't find that. That's how we do.
Right. Which that's a great thing because, I think when you're buying a product, it's always good to have that good service that goes along with it. To know that they're talking to and have a good relationship with the guy that's actually out there supervising and make sure their home gets done right. I think that kind of speaks volumes to their experience. And they like not only just their home, but they like Pulte. And they don't sit there and kind of bad talk a little bit. So I commend you on that because on several different projects or several different, communities or whatever, one, you never ever see the superintendent, and two, if you do, they're not the people's person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't trying to talk, they're trying to brush you off. Like, go on somewhere. Go talk to the salesperson.
Well, in my history of working for the builder, that was the first thing I used to look for. And even as a real estate agent now, that's the first thing I look for when I'm dealing with them. I want to know, okay, who's the superintendent? Are they out here on the streets, as I like to call it, Or are they just in their little room, you know what I mean, with their plans? Are they not talking to anybody? So I applaud you for that as well. What's the thing that you think that you learned most being kind of in that playground of building with the builder? What do you think you learned the most that you could carry with you into what you're doing now?
Well, I mean, I learned scheduling software. Like, you know, I was privy to like check out the scheduling software, how they do the schedule, the sequencing that things go in, and how customers had no visibility of it like we do. And the only thing that we could do is tell them. So when I started building my brand and my company, the first thing I started looking for is like a customer interface and software where I can like say, okay, here are pictures of progress that we're at. Here's the schedule that we're abiding by here, and here's when things move, so that even if they don't see me, they don't have to be like, hey man, I thought we were supposed to have shingles today. What happened? But they can say the question is different, like, hey, I see that the shingles move. Are we still on schedule? And they say, oh no, everything's where it's at. And then the other thing I learned, like you said, like being a people's person, just like you said, they're like everybody's in a time crunch. Like it's in a rush. So what I realized was if I came in early and I stayed late, people work during the day, so they can't really talk to you.
Right.
So when they get off, I ain't trying to be funny, but everybody's already hungry, so they're gonna talk to you, but they're gonna talk to you to a point.
Right.
You're like, all right, well, I gotta go. It's dinner time. And then, but at least they know that you're available, that you were there. And then just number three, just cut corners. Just you look at bottom line, but for me, like you talk about value, right? So if someone's gonna I try to look down the road. Like even when you're building your house, I try to say, okay, if you don't stay in this house forever, you want these particular elements in case you sell it. Right? And so builders were notorious for not putting tile under the cabinets. Because you take that, 25 square feet, you multiply it by 100 houses, and you got that savings, and you jump it up and down. But now Mr. Homeowner, when he has a problem with the cabinet or wants to move it or anything like that, now he has to retile his whole house because you don't have that tile under the cabinet. So I mean, it's just little things like that, or things that are perceived value that you consider standard, like crown molded. Like I offer a variety of crown molded as a standard. Then when you want to get fancy, then you step up.
That's a step up.
That's a step up.
Then that's an upgrade.
And then just staying in tune with the changing trends, like going to not necessarily going to the builder shows because they're like, I want to sell you.
Been there a couple of those.
Services,
a couple orders, that type of thing.
But I'm into like the technology and stuff. I love home automation. Everybody wants to turn the lights on and off and do all this stuff. So smartphone is smart houses, excuse me. A big deal for me. And my houses and how we do. And then just walking through things with customers, giving them that personal touch, not just, hey, here's our standard layout of where things go. And let's do this. It's like, okay, what works for you? Or let me suggest something. If you come from a country that, people kick the doors in all the time. Let's talk about putting these particular cameras, or let's talk about putting code door locks on, just to, make you feel safe in your house. Those type of things.
So you're saying with that, I guess you're saying that leads me to my next question, which is a great point, as far as there's a lot of tedious things that builders or the big builders kind of charge for now. What do you think is the difference? And you kind of answer that a little bit now, but I'd just like you to kind of expound upon that. Is that what would you say the bigger difference is between a production company like a Pulte or a DR Horton or something like that, where there's less of a personal touch to the person that's actually building your house, versus Thomas & Thomas Custom Builders?
Well, those guys are on a 4-month time crunch. They need to have this thing poured, built, closed by those times to meet their sales quotas, margins, and all this.
Okay.
As for me, you know, I'm on the kind of like the technical side of things. Like for example, you know, when I pour a slab, you know, I do a slump test. So I send a piece of I have these cylinders that I take to the lab, and then they'll tell me when it's time to actually start getting on there and framing.
Okay.
So depending on the weather, it may be 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, maybe a month.
Right.
But you know that I'm not getting on your slab and starting to, you know, put nails in it, and you start seeing all the quick spider cracks real early.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'm taking the time to do that. It's like, you know, I set expectations from the very beginning that you're going to be a 6 to 8 month, you know, delivery time on a custom house. And it's because we're going to go through these details and this touch. It's not going to be I'm not going to rush you. I'm going to work as fast as you work.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
No.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm saying.
It sounds like, you know, the thing I'm loving about everything you're saying, because I know in my business, as many of y'all know, and many of y'all know, I deal with a lot of builders, I deal with a lot of custom builders, I deal with everybody, a lot of consumers. And what you're saying is very refreshing because that's how we approach, how he approaches the mortgage business, and of course how I approach the real estate business as a whole is very customer centric in regards to look, feel, design, and overall, you know, finish. My question to you would be, as you have kind of created this model for customer service and aspects of it, if I was a person that wanted to buy a house, let's say today, right? Like, kind of walk me through a short version, but kind of walk me through, like, how would that start? What would we do? You know, I called you, I got a reference for you, and I called you. Where do we go from there?
So the first question I ask is, you know, do they have a lot? You know, and then I'll ask for the survey. Do they have any type of plan reference in mind? Because, you know, most people, they come with, just being honest, like, there's not many different floor plans out there. I mean, there's thousands, but there's styles.
That's right.
Yeah. And so you start with the macro and say, okay, what style do you like? You like Mediterranean, you like a modern, you like a traditional house? You go from there. And then, you know, they may ask me if I have any plans in my plan vault that I can show them that, you know, they may want to look at. So based on their, you know, answers to that, I may show them some plans from the plan vault. Or, you know, if they already have been working with an architect, you know, yoke me with the architect so I can start looking at his stuff. And then from there, we just go from, you know, suggestions, and I tell them, like, the more upfront planning you do, the less delays you have in construction. Because if we're still trying to figure things out as we're building, that's when you start seeing them timelines. Laid out there. So
basically, we don't want to be moving walls unless we have to.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
You know what I
the
mean?
plan is the first thing, because even coming to the banks to get any type of financing, you have to have a plan. And you know, when I say the plan, you have to have a plan. You should have a plan.
Right.
Pretty much anything you do in life.
Yes.
So after you have that plan, you know, then you start moving into the financing. And then after the financing, we start getting, as the financing in parallel, we start honing in on, you know, exactly what we want in this house, how you want this house. You know, and then after that, you know, I like to go permitting. Go permitting, after we get it permitted, then we go into the finance and say, let's close this sucker, because with, again, going back to Harvey and the flooding and everything, every city, every municipal around here in Houston has beefed up their permitting time, planning time requirements. So it takes longer to get through the city. So, you know, again, this is just me trying to look out for my customer. Hey, yes, you are buying your permits beforehand, before you have your financing in place. But do you want to burn 3 months of your bill time, and you're paying interest on that loan already? And we can't really do anything until the permits are done. So they appreciate that. And then, you know, we move forward and then we start the build process.
So now let's say I walk into your door and say, hey Mike, I essentially want to start building. Like you know what I'm saying, I have a lot, I wanted to start building on a lot. At what point does it actually start to cost them money? Is it at the point you talked about with the permit? Is it before then for your time, or
It's different. If they kind of follow my standard model where they already have an idea of what plans they're going to use and stuff like that, then I don't feel right charging for no work that I need to do.
Right.
But if you want me to start working with designers and everything and build it from scratch, then we'll do a design architectural proposal.
Okay.
But we'll start there.
Gotcha.
And that way, it's a defined time and a finite. We're only doing the finite scope. We're only doing architecture.
Right. Exactly.
Once we get out of architecture, then we can start moving into the other phases of it. And typically, from a consultant end, from that perspective, I usually don't charge customers until it starts getting excessive.
Right.
Yeah.
But I have a clause that says, hey, we'll do up until this point, but once it gets excessive, we're at this X number of $1,000.
Yeah.
And you gotta put that stop, because sometimes you got clients that can never make up their mind, or depending on who they talk to, depending on how they feel, you know what I'm saying? Because somebody tell them one thing or another, it's crazy. It's the internet. The internet do it every time.
And that's what's funny about what you even saying the internet, because the internet has its pros to it, but then it has its cons to it too, because it creates sometimes that anxiety. Oh, I should have did this. Oh, I should have did that. Oh, and the reality of it is, well, they had to do it in their scenario. You don't have to do it in your scenario or something.
Well, that's just clawing through the stigmata of being a builder. In a customer's mind, until you put them at ease, you're going to do a crappy job and you're out to get it. You're the best of the worst at this point.
Absolutely. And I think the other thing is too, people don't take into account the geographical location is a little bit different, because they may be expecting bill costs, from California or something, down here, whatever the case may be. And then I even know from finance standpoint, they come here talking about I want to buy a $400,000 house with a $1,500 payment. It's just like, where you saw that at? But it goes back to the internet. It's like people have no concept of, information is a little bit different depending on where you're at. But let me ask you, with the insurance company now wanting to pay them, and to have somebody that would actually take that burden off of them, they can go to California, take care of business, have a peace of mind, which is invaluable by itself again, and then come back and everything be ready. Like, that's just, I'm shouting from the rooftops about that. You know what I mean? The Mike, you got in this business, what year you got it? What year you started off on your own?
So on my own, 2012 was officially when we formed the LLC.
Okay.
So we were doing things under, I was under Construction Genius, my time doing this last Construction Genius.
Right.
So we had a thing, and I just like, because I was trying to figure out a name.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget one of my mentors, Wade Coons. He's a concrete contractor. He said, man, why are you fooling around with all these gimmicks? He said, your name is official enough.
Right.
Michael Thomas. And I was like, Then I found out it was already a Michael Thomas builder. So then I was like, I don't know, man, Thomas and Thomas. And then me and my wife joked about it. He said, man, you sound like a law firm. I said, well, that means because we mean business. So, so it was like Thomas & Thomas Roofing Company, Thomas & Thomas Custom Builders, Thomas & Thomas Remodeling. It was like, oh yeah, why am I going to change the name? Like,
right. Just stick with that.
Just stick with that. It's like, yeah, if you don't do your stuff right, you will deal with Thomas & Thomas.
And one capacity or the other. No, I got you.
Well, I'll tell you, the one question, I only got one more question for you. And my question would be, is what type of legacy are you trying to build and that you want to leave of Thomas, of the company itself, or just as a person in your family?
Well, it's kind of like both. It's like when you kind of look at the advertisement of, like, for example, Hilton. You see, I say Hilton, the guy that sells furniture. You see, like, or even Mattress Man. You would see him. You would see his family. You would see, the furniture store. Because when I came up, we saved money. I didn't know who his wife was.
Right.
Or his companies, but all I know is he saved money. Yeah, he's gonna do it by selling furniture.
Right.
So it's like when they think about custom homes, like just being a native Houstonian, there's a couple of prominent custom home builders that are, like you said, building a legacy where they're passing it down to, if my kids don't want to get it, if I have a president that wants to take on the responsibility of keeping this thing going, but I want them to know that we're not just a good builder, we are good people. Like we really care, and especially about Houston. Like I am Houston down. I'm all about Houston. You know, I mean, I can't say I'm too excited about these 3-story townhomes, but hey, if it's what people like, and it's what's going up, as long as they're built right, I'm good. I'm good. So I just want people to understand that like all builders are created equal, and like you work hard for your money, spend it wisely. You know what I'm saying, and get with a company that cares more about, you know, if you buy this house, if you don't really eat afterwards.
Absolutely.
Spend your money with people like that.
Yeah. And now let me ask you this before we get ready to wrap it up, Mike. We talked about reading a little bit earlier. What would be your top 2 books that you would recommend somebody read?
The Bible. And Who Moved My Cheese?
Who Moved My Cheese? I like that. Well, hey, I like to appreciate you, Mike. Appreciate you, Mike. Yeah. Good family guy, God fan. You know what I'm saying? And we appreciate your time. Appreciate you for hanging out with us this episode. People that need to get in contact with you, that want to do business with you, how do they do that?
They can go to my website. It's www.thomasandthomas-builders.com.
Okay.
And they just put their info in. Or, you know, I'm going to pull up Mike Jones. You can call my direct line. 281-726-1005. And that will ring directly to me.
Gotcha.
Give me that number one more time so they make sure they don't miss it.
It's 281-726-1005.
That's cool. I love it. I got to say, you know what I'm saying, before we wrap this thing up, Michael Thomas is the name of my son's favorite football player. And I know you probably get that a lot. You know what I'm saying?
I tell people, I'm older than him. I said, I'm a real Michael Thomas. Because if that's a Michael Thomas, Michael Thomas from the Saints, all right? I said, it depends.
I love it. All right, guys, make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Tune in, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Make sure y'all tune in next week for our Real Talk and Real Issues. We skipped that segment today.
Well, and we'll make sure EP puts Mike's link on the inside. So if you need to get a hold of Mike, we'll put his link in this.
Put his information in the description. Absolutely. Until next time, we'll catch y'all later. All right, peace.